All right, Dr. Coleman, that sounds real exciting. You mean this trip, round trip, transportation is only $28, and that includes a meal on Saturday and Sunday?
That's exactly right. $28. That's it. And we're going all the way to the D.C. and come back. And you would make that check payable to Providence Place, Lynchburg, and all you have to do is call us if you want to figure out how to do that at 1-434-316-4549, or you can stop by the church, 400 Oakley Avenue, on any Wednesday night. We certainly will be here from 7 to 9, or any Sunday that remains, or call that number and we'll make arrangements for you.
Now, Dr. Coleman, Pastor Coleman, I understand you're having youth activities also on Saturday that have some quite impressive things planned for the youth that Saturday. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, on Saturday, we're going to be leaving from Providence Place early Saturday morning here at the church. You get here at 5. The bus will be leaving by 5:30 a.m. And we are hoping that we will arrive in Washington, D.C. by 11 o'clock. As soon as we get in D.C., there will be ground transportation from our bus to take all of the children and youth over to the King Memorial. And then they'll go from there to other cultural kinds of places. And then after lunch, they're going to be playing laser tag and engage in other kinds of games and fun activities to wind out the evening. And then, of course, on Sunday, all of the kids will benefit from the religious experiences, the concert, the food, and the continued fellowship with other children and youth from the D.C. area.
So now Mount Moriah Church is providing these meals at no additional cost.
The meals that they provide will be at no additional cost. That is correct.
That sounds very exciting, Pastor Coleman. I'm definitely going to go myself. Now, let me ask you this also. The church is experiencing growth, and you have quite a education and quite a background for ministry. As the word says, study to show thyself approved. Tell us a little bit about your educational background.
Well, Coach Williamson, I remember when my grandmother told me, said, James, have fun. You know, the ladies are going to always be out there, but go and get your education and be faithful. And I took my grandmother to heart. I tried to do the best I could to put education at a premium. And so I graduated from Hermitage High School in Richmond, Henrico County, actually in 1984, as a Hermitage Scholar, going on to James Madison University, where I graduated with a double degree, a double major in political science and public administration from James Madison University. While I was there, I became the first black student leader of the year, first African-American vice president of the student government, and left there and went on to Virginia Union, where I got my first master's, graduating with honors as student theologue fellowship president, and then moved on to Duke University. Unfortunately, Duke lost to Carolina recently, but that's all right. And I got my second master's from there and did my thesis on Vernon Napoleon Johns, who was very famous throughout the civil rights movement, and also resided here in Lynchburg at a certain point. And I got my master's of theology from Duke. I did my doctoral work at United Theological Seminary, my earned doctorate dissertation was Prescription for an Endangered Species, Discipling the African American Male. From there, I did postdoctoral work at Harvard University, where I participated in the Community and Economic Development Summer Leadership Institute, which was a collaborative effort between the John F. Kennedy School of Government and the Divinity School. Also, we've been pleased to receive an honorary doctorate from Virginia University of Lynchburg.
Quite impressive, Pastor Coleman. Pastor Coleman, now, for those who want to make this exciting trip to Washington, D.C., March the 17th and 18th, when is the deadline for having their money, or how would they go about, and who would they make the checks payable to for this trip, March the 17th, Saturday, and March the 18th?
We would love to have all monies in by March the 9th. By March the 9th. If we could get all monies in by Friday, March the 9th, that would be tremendous. And you can do that simply by calling us at 1-434-316-4549, or if it will help you, you can even call me at 1-434-426-2507. I'd be glad to take your call and arrange how I can come or someone can come and get those monies from you. If you're going to write a check, you would write it out to Providence Place for $28, or you could provide the cash. We will give you an appropriate receipt, which will give you a seat on the bus. And then you would, from there, depending on whether or not you want transportation, because I do want to speak to some of you, not transportation, but lodging. Some of you may want to get on the bus and you already have other kinds of lodging arrangements available to you in D.C., and that would be fine. But if you need a room, we're going to then ask you and explain to you exactly how to call the Country Inn and Suite, which is in Capitol Heights, Maryland, very, very close to D.C., and the room rate there is $120 for a room, and you just use the code Providence Place, and when you write that out, make those arrangements with them, then that is something that you take care of. And if you want to have more than one person in a room, multiple people to bring that cost down, then you can certainly do that, and they'll certainly work with you when you call. Just say you're using the code Providence Place, and you'll get the $120 room rate.
Well, Pastor Coleman, that sounds really exciting, and I'm looking forward to being a part of that. I understand D.C. has excellent transportation system. I know I lived up there for a while. They have rapid transit and excellent transportation system up there. A lot of people take the rapid transit rather than drive their own cars, so there's no problem getting around up there. And I'm looking forward to being in Washington, D.C. on March 17th and 18th. Would you give us those numbers one more time, Pastor Coleman?
You can call Providence Place at 1-434-316-4549. Or if you need to call me, I'd be delighted to take your call, 1-434-426-2507. You can also communicate with us through this website. I also want to encourage you to know how much we deeply love you, how important you are to God, and how important it is to us to be able to help you in any way we can to achieving your God-inspired, God-given purpose. Thank you for listening, and even more so, I look forward to meeting you personally.
Thank you very much, Pastor Coleman, and we're looking forward to an exciting time here at Providence Place in Lynchburg, Virginia, 400 Oakley Avenue. God bless.